Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Good evening, afternoon, depending on your time zone. We're very pleased to have a chance to talk today because, as Escon noted, this is a very interesting time in the energy patch. I know the headlines are so focused on COVID and the effects of COVID, but there's a lot that's just been going on, and particularly just within the past few weeks. For example, Secretary Pompeo was talking yesterday about sanctions regarding, Nord Stream 2 and Turkish Stream in the CAFTA context. Southern Gas Corridor is coming to completion, a major $40+ billion project that has been years in the works, that has been involved intense intergovernmental as well as in, corporate activity. But also just within the oil and gas markets, we've been seeing, we saw the price collapse in April. We've seen the questions about OPEC supply. We have representatives here of one of the OPEC Plus members. How is all of that moving forward? And then also the effects this having in the United States in terms of our own oil and gas production and the rise of LNG and now the changes in LNG, the competition between LNG and pipeline gas. Also, I think one of the things that I'm pleased to sort of broadening the scope of our discussion today is the domestic developments within the region. This is an area that is growing, has been growing economically. It is now being slammed too by the pandemic, but where there's rising needs for energy. Questions in terms of the environment, but also there are questions in terms of utilizing the tremendous renewable capacity here, solar, wind, hydro, in the countries of the Caspian Basin. But at the same time, there's also the question of integration of things like power grids and so forth. And so I think this is actually a great opportunity, sort of a great opportunity here to sort of see some of the interaction among governments and companies, which is essential really for the development of energy in the region and this region's important role in terms of the global energy picture, in terms of global energy security, in terms of global supplies. So with that, I'd like to turn the floor over to Deputy Assistant Secretary Kurt Donnelly. He's Deputy Assistant Secretary in the Bureau of Energy Affairs at the State Department in Washington, D.C. He's been in the job since August last year. His previous assignments include being DCM in Belgrade, and he's worked as well as our mission to NATO in the U.S. National Security Council. He's been director for the State Department's Office for International Religious Freedom, as well as a director for Central Asian Affairs. So Kurt, if I could just turn the floor over to you to get us started.